Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX. I'm Megha Sharma and this is the exit polls that we are bringing out to you. And let's take a look, Rishabh, at the poll of polls.
Okay, let's put all the figures together for you in sequence. All right, so these are the agencies that have put out polls. 371 says G Dynamics, which is the survey that we put out at the very beginning for the NDA. 125 for the India Alliance and 47 for the others. PMark says 359, 154, 30. TV5 Telugu, exact same figures. Jan Ki Baat is the highest figure in the initial part before CNX. 377, 151, 15 only for the others. CGS says 360, 161, 22. Dainik Bhaskar says 325. They are giving the highest figures in this tally to the India Alliance and 45 for the others. CNX is closest to that BJP magic number for the NDA of 400 at 386. 124 for the India Alliance, 33. None of these polls are indicating that's even close for the India Alliance to get past the 270 mark. None of them. The last exit polls, and I'll come to that and we'll find out what the margin of error was, but none of them say that. The India Alliance themselves have come out and said, no, our figure is 290, all of us put together. The only way the India Alliance, of course, makes 290 is, of course, the Congress gets in the reasonably high triple digits. So this is the poll of poll. The average, ladies and gentlemen, comes down to 362, 149 and 32. 362, 149, 32 is the average. NDA, India Alliance and of course the others. Now, let's have a look at the 2019 results versus what the 2024 poll poll says. Okay, it says the NDA finished 2019 at 353. So the average mean says +9 for the NDA at the end of 2024. The UPA, remember the constituents of the NDA have also changed. The UPA and it was 93, the India Alliance at 149. Remember the constituents of this are completely different from the constituents of this, but technically the opposition principal alliance at 56 and the others are seeing the fall of 65. Some of those are part of this party, but a thumping majority of 362 versus not even close by 130 seats for the India Alliance. That's the comparison from the results. Now, what did the exit polls predict last time? Last time the exit polls average prediction was 306 for the NDA and 120 for the UPA. The actual results were that the exit polls underplayed the BJP and the NDA by almost 20% seats. The actual figure for the NDA was 353 and they overplayed the UPA. So we are often told it's all Godi media, it's everybody's overplaying the BJP. No, last time around the media agencies, the polling agencies undercut and the NDA surprised with a better performance than the exit polls predicted. In an average, some people were on the higher side, they got lucky with their prediction, others were on the lower side and were a bit off the mark. But 47 was the average poll of polls, they were off the mark, underplaying the BJP. 27 they were off the mark, overplaying the opposition, and 20 on this side, and that's how the numbers tally up.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Rishabh, for giving us those details. I'm going to come back to Sumit and if you take a look at the tally of the Indian National Congress as per our exit poll, and we have given the Congress 60 seats, which is at least 8 seats more than what the Congress actually won in 2019. There is obviously speculation. You've spoken about how there is a difference, an increase of 10 to 15% every single time there is an exit poll that comes out and then the final results come out. We have evidence in terms of the 2014 elections, 2019 elections as well. So do you think this time around Congress may have done better as per the exit polls in first of all bringing everybody together and second of all also playing to their strengths?
I think, Megha ji, there are 2 or 3 important points here. First is Congress is only contesting 315 seats, which is the lowest ever seats it has contested. Now, even if it gets 60 seats, now what we see from what Rishabh ji was just telling us from the exit poll end trends is when BJP gets an increased tally of 20%, the 20% fall comes in the others. because it has to move from the same pool. If I am getting more, so you have to get less. So imagine if the trend persists 60 minus 20%, it will be less than what they have done last time. And if they fall less than 40 seats, they will not be a national party. So for Congress, it is that they have only fighting 315 seats. They have given up seats. They have given up their cadre. They have given up their states. And the worst disaster can be you end up winning lesser seats than last time, even after an alliance. If that is the number which comes out to be, it is a complete wipeout for Congress. It's a complete debacle for Congress. And unfortunately, Rahul Gandhi has taken Congress to the brink of existential crisis, because this is from where party cannot usually recover. Imagine on your number, 20% fall. I'm talking of 12 seats. Then what is the number? It's a disaster, and you're only fighting 315. And where does the alliance come into play? And all you guys put together cannot defeat Prime Minister Modi. When Prime Minister Modi says in the parliament, "Ek Modi sab pe bhari," then these people start shouting from the rooftops. But the numbers indicate that only.
Okay.
And where is the numbers of Mr. Kejriwal? And I was looking at Kejriwal is at 3 seats. He used to say, "Modi ji is afraid of me. Mujhe ko jail mein dala. Let me come out. We will win." He contested 33 seats. And if he's winning 3 seats, so Arvind Kejriwal is not a national leader. He's a Delhi leader. He's a Delhi chief ministerial candidate. Forget the ambitions of being a prime minister. That's one important also take away from this.
Okay, all right. Professor Madhav Nalapit, understanding from you and talking about the performance of Aam Aadmi Party. Delhi, we're giving 7 of the 7 seats to BJP once again. It is in Punjab that there could be a dent made by the Aam Aadmi Party. So much for the state elections that were won by the party. Congress again winning 6 seats. Aam Aadmi Party is going to win 3. So there is going to be a total of 9 seats that are going to be won by the NDA alliance in Punjab. Now, what does this reflect?
Well, I'd like to say that, in my view, Arvind Kejriwal made a strategic mistake by getting into a formal alliance with the Congress party. The Aam Aadmi Party had basically talked of itself as the anti-establishment party, the party that was against the parties that had been in power or were in power. And frankly, by joining hands with the Congress party, that particular plank has completely disintegrated. So having said that, I also like to add one point, which is that, well, one cannot write off the Aam Aadmi Party. And quite frankly, I would like to say, I don't think that, the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal and the other Aam Aadmi Party leaders has had very much impact electorally on the ground, certainly in the Punjab. Because, as I said, I have always held the view, arrest should be a last resort.
Okay.
Jail should be absolute last resort.
Just,
but
sorry for interrupting you, sir. Sorry for interrupting you. I'm being joined right now by Mr. Hardeep Puri. He is the Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. And of course, the numbers are out, the exit poll results are out. The first question, what do you make of the predictions?
I can't hear you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to repeat my question. What are your predictions? And of course, sir, how do you view the exit polls that have now been released?
Madam, the exit polls are on anticipated lines. We have always said that in the 2024 elections, because of the sterling work done by the Honorable Prime Minister and his government, our number of seats will be at least 10 to 15% higher. That is, from 303, we would either go up to 333 or 345. After the exit polls today, I'm inclined to believe that the final figure may be even higher than 345. Now, we'll need to study the granular feedback in the exit polls, which is not possible to do at this point of time. I think we are looking at 345, 350 for the BJP, and if you combine that with the NDA seats, will be well over 400.
Okay, all right. How do you view Delhi and Punjab? How are they faring? Keeping in mind in Punjab, the exit poll, the prediction that we have made is that the Congress is going to win 6 of the seats, Aam Aadmi Party 3.
Well, let me tell you, in Delhi and in Punjab, you have a very interesting phenomena. In Delhi, BJP is going to win all 7 out of 7. But the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are supposedly to be ostensibly to be together in Delhi, but the head of the Congress party in Delhi, Arvinder Singh Lovely, left them and joined us. In Punjab, they are at loggerheads. But in Punjab also, the BJP is fighting all 13 seats. We have won 2. This time we will get 4 or 6, which will be 3 times the number. Twice, double or treble the number. Insofar as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, what I'm getting back is not reflected in your exit poll. I think there's been a massive shift of the Aam Aadmi vote away from the Aam Aadmi Party. We don't know where that vote has gone. So I suspect we'll have BJP getting 4 or 6 seats. You will have the Congress getting 3 or 4 seats, and you'll have one person fighting separately, and the Aam Aadmi Party and Shrimoni Akali Dal may get 1 seat. So that is the number which I'm looking at. So 7 out of 7 in Delhi and twice or thrice the number in Punjab.
Okay. You know, today India Alliance members have come out. They held a meeting earlier in the day today, and they are saying that they expect to win 290 seats. How do you react to that?
I don't need to react to that. They should go and order not a mithai, just a whole mithai ke dukaan, because if they're going to get 290, then you will be making electoral history. I mean, you will be getting victories where they didn't fight the election. So I think these are delusional people. We should allow them to have a little bit of fun, and we'll have a discussion. We are, on the other hand, talking about solid numbers which are coming in your exit polls. I've seen all the exit polls. They all show BJP either at 310, 324 or 350. I've never seen any exit poll which is showing the India Alliance at 300. That is, I have not seen it. So maybe this is a poll of their own.
Okay. All right. The voter turnout this time around was much lesser than last time around. Is it really a concern for the BJP today?
That's not true, madam. Voter turnout is not much less. The total number of voters that were registered in 2019 was something like 80 crores or 90 crores. Today, the number of voters registered is 97, 98 crores. There has been an increase of 7, 8 crores voters. If you divide that by 543, each constituency has 1 lakh or 1.5 lakhs additional voters. And then it's not come down. Sometimes it's gone up. So this is a real increase in terms of total numbers. So this statistical thing about voter percentage is not correct. Okay. And there's no concern for the BJP.
I mean,
the BJP will romp home.
Yeah. Okay, there could be 2 ways of looking at it. Like I said, statistics can be read either way. Also, you know, if the polls hold, where do you think Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be in the history books?
Well, he is on the history book to get a 3rd term now. And when the overall history of the period is written, this will be a period which is, you know, development, taking the benefits of development to the grassroots level, from Antyodaya to Sarvodaya. It's going to be a revival of India, reclaiming of our civilizational past and becoming a force and a country which leads by example. All sectors of the economy are growing. I mean, the latest figures I've seen that GST collections over 1,70,000 crores. I've seen, you know, the total rate of growth for the whole year at over 8%. You're a $3.95 trillion economy. You're challenging Japan, which has $4.1 trillion in the short run. More than that, I can't say anything. It's a win-win all along.
Okay. And if you get a win with a massive mandate, which are these big-ticket priorities under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's guarantee that he speaks about that are going to be fulfilled?
Madam, as a BJP Karyakarta, I don't speculate on the big-ticket items. The Honorable Prime Minister has already got the program for the first 100 days ready. Please allow them to make that announcement. I am merely sharing with you my assessment of the exit polls. That's all.
Okay. And
thank you.
Just a last question. Okay, all right. So there we have the Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs, Mr. Hardeep Puri, speaking with us exclusively. I go back to our conversation here with the rest of my panelists. And Professor Madhav Nalapat, I cut you short, so if you could continue with your viewpoint, and particularly the Aam Aadmi Party's performance. You know, the Prime Minister, when he was in Delhi and he was campaigning, he did not even mention Aam Aadmi Party. His targeted attacks were at the Congress and a number of issues with regards to dynastic politics, and when they were talking about the wealth redistribution and talking about alleged Muslim appeasement. There was no mention whatsoever of the Aam Aadmi Party, and here we have our exit poll saying that all the 7 seats are going to be won by the BJP. But we take a look at Punjab, and there has been an opening of the account of the Aam Aadmi Party. If our numbers prove right, that there are 3 seats that will be won by the Aam Aadmi Party.
Megha, I think the Prime Minister was absolutely right in not mentioning the Aam Aadmi Party and only focusing on the Congress Party, because it's the Congress that is basically acting as though it is the alternative to the BJP and not the Aam Aadmi Party, certainly not for next 1 or 2 election cycles. But that is the first point. Second point is, I'd like to again repeat that Mr. Kejriwal made a strategic mistake in formally aligning with the Congress Party. Mamata Banerjee avoided that mistake, but Mr. Kejriwal went into it for whatever reason. And with the result that when you talk about Congress, you're also talking about INDI alliance. When you're talking about INDI alliance, you're talking about Aam Aadmi Party. There's no need to mention the Aam Aadmi Party separately. So I think the Prime Minister was following absolutely a right strategy in focusing on the Congress Party and frankly ignoring the Aam Aadmi Party as far as Delhi was concerned.
Okay. Ravi Srivastava, a response from you. How do you view the predictions that have been made, first by the NewsX exit poll survey, and second of all the surveys that have been made? Not a single survey that says that BJP is not going to win this election.
See, I see all the exit polls are unidirectional, and there are no one is giving the proper high number of seats to India Alliance. But the fact is that we only consider that something happened in 2019, so we are slightly above that. Then it was 2014. I recall 2004 very well. The similar kind of predictions were there, the similar kind of exit polls were there, and what ultimately came out in the number of seats. So we have to wait another 36 hours, 48 hours or 60 hours, whatever it is, wait for the count. And my friend was, one friend was saying just now that AAP contested some 33 seats. Sir, you are mistaken totally. AAP contested only 22 seats. 13 were in Punjab, 4 were in Delhi, and 2 were in Assam, 2 in Gujarat, 1 in Haryana. So there were only 22 seats contested. Okay. Now let me tell you that the way the polls are being shown, the way the results are being shown, it appears there is a kind of a kind of a bonhomie among all exit polls. I've seen. I was just now watching social media. I saw ABP News has got all different figures. So I think one must see that also. So
okay.
This is the situation here. As the minister was also saying that well planned about it and all. I suspect some of the states where the numbers are totally lopsided. Number is that first of all Karnataka. Somebody is showing some 20 seats for the BJP. I suspect that this is not going to happen. I am seeing some high number of seats in Madhya Pradesh for BJP. Some all 28 or 29 seats over there. I am seeing all seats in Gujarat for only BJP. So these are the things where we are showing a fairly good vote share of the Congress. But we are not showing the seats over there. I don't know why. How come this mathematics works?
But is the assumption fair that it's expected that NDA is going to come back to power in 2024?
NDA may come back to power. I'm not doubting that. But it is not going to have the strength. BJP gets some around 250 seats or so with another 30-40 of the allies over there and makes a government. Such government is not going to serve any purpose because this is not they are not going to provide the stable government to the country. So that's the point there. They are not going to be. This is not going to be a strong government anyway. The way they want to change the constitution, they want to do away with the several laws and these things, at least they will not be succeeding in that. And such government may or may not survive for long. After all, Mr. Modi is completing 75 years in the next year.
But how do you view at this point in time the opposition, India Alliance members, the leaders have come out today. They said that they're going to get 290. But do you think that would be sufficient for a strong, stable government to be formed, keeping in mind you have so many parties who will
Not
then
tonight.
want a chunk of the pie, and they would be fighting for the ministries. They would also be fighting for the prime ministerial position.
Not 290, it is 295, Mr. Kharge has said at 6 o'clock in the evening. It is 295. And as far as the coalition governments are concerned, the country has run by the coalition governments. Two coalition governments were run by the Congress itself in 2004, 2009. There was in 1996, there was a coalition government in the country. Coalition governments are not a sin anyway. They are, on the contrary, they are very inclusive. They have got all representation from all parties. All views are taken there. It is not a single directional party like a BJP, which has got only one agenda of Hindutva.
Okay.
So that's not that should not happen.
That's one way of putting things. SK Datta, I'm going to come back, and I was wanting to discuss the analysis, the assessment with regards to our exit polls for Tamil Nadu, for Kerala, for the southern states. And it's interesting to note that I think every single one of the exit polls has come out and given the result that BJP is going to open its account most definitely in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala as well.
Yes, definitely. In terms of the expectation for the Bharatiya Janata Party in relation to Kerala and the number of seats which BJP can win in Kerala, my understanding is like the Bharatiya Janata Party would be winning somewhere between 3 to 6 seats in Kerala. And in Tamil Nadu, BJP should be having a similar trend. It should be somewhere between 4 to 7 or 4 to 8 seats in Tamil Nadu. Andhra Pradesh would be a landslide victory for the NDA, in which the Bharatiya Janata Party would also do very well, and TDP and the other alliance partner would also get quite a significant number of seats. Telangana, the Bharatiya Janata Party, in my understanding, should be getting somewhere between 8 to 10 seats in Telangana. Karnataka, the NDA alliance of the Janata Dal Secular and BJP would be having somewhere between 23 to 26 seats in Karnataka. Having said that, like Megha, I have been doing the analysis with you all for quite some time now. I really feel sad in seeing the faces of the opposition. They all are sulking now. By tomorrow, their sulking face will turn into scarlet, or it will turn into violet. And on the 4th, they would be crying on the EVM,
Okay.
and they all will become crybaby EVMs.
Okay, again.
So that's something which
Okay.
is going to happen. Whether BJP gets 350, whether BJP gets 360, whether BJP gets 340, that is immaterial. The fact of the matter is like it is going to be a landslide NDA government, and that is the reality.
Okay.
Mr. Kharge has become too old now. So I think what he has predicted, we need to minus 190 out of that.
Sumit, let's get a response from you. Does it really matter? Is this at this point of time an important question to ask, and also is of importance to the BJP that it wins the 350 mark, as has been the vow that has been made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, by all the BJP leaders? Will this then be a moral victory if BJP ends up winning 350 and crossing 400?
I think 350 is a number in which, to be in all honesty, if NDA crosses 370 itself, you get simple majority. You get the super majority. At super majority, when you have majority in the Rajya Sabha and you have majority in more than 50%, you have state governments in more than 50% of the states, you have the rights, you get some special powers and special things which you can do. So I think that is what the idea of the whole thing is. There are some changes, fundamental changes which are required to be done that enables them to get that mandate and do the changes. But overall, even after being in power for 10 years and after all the hulla and hangama of opposition and everybody getting together, if you are at anything even 10% higher than 303, it's a big victory. You have defined all logics, you have defined, now this time, last time it was UPA. Now this is all combined opposition. The combined opposition put together cannot defeat Mr. Modi. That is the new history. Now what are you going to get? Next time you are going to get people from Mars, from Saturn, from Jupiter. And I want to touch on Mr. Kejriwal. He has been always saying, Modi ji mujhse darte hain. Modi ji is a psychopath. He put me in the jail because he was so scared I will win the elections and I will swing 200 seats. Now if he is ending up with 3 seats, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? I mean, even the exit polls give him 5. He's ending up with 3 seats. That tells you these people are only paper tigers. They are good at creating damasha and rakas and drama. But when it comes to electoral politics, if you want to be a prime minister and if you aspire to be a prime minister, Mr. Kejriwal, you have to learn to win seats. There is no way by giving those press conferences and all, you can beat Prime Minister Modi. You are not even there. Anybody who's there is Rahul Gandhi. Minus Rahul Gandhi, I don't see anybody who's coming even near to that. So these all prime ministers in waiting on, Modi ji rightly said we will have a prime minister every year. I don't agree with respectable, honorable prime minister on that. I am saying they will have a prime minister every quarter. You know, every quarter, first quarter one, second quarter, say, dusra quarter te. So this is what their plan is. What are we talking about?
Okay. Professor Madhu Nalapit, will it be a stretch for the BJP to then say that they are going to win 350 seats? You've seen the exit poll results as well.
Well, look, let me say, Megha, that it could happen. There's no question about it. And let me point out that certain alliances, 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4, it equals 10. Look at Andhra Pradesh, where the BJP very wisely decided to have an alliance with the Telugu Desam party. And Chandrababu Naidu very wisely went along with that. As a consequence, judging by the exit polls, both parties are doing spectacularly in Andhra Pradesh. Frankly, there were people who believed that there should have been a coming together of AIDMK with the BJP in Tamil Nadu. And you know, by not doing that, you would give a walkover to the DMK. Now, I mean, if these exit polls are correct, then that seems to be the case. An alliance of ADMK, the alliance of Telugu Desam and BJP energized both parties, and they got more votes than they would have got fighting singly. Much more votes. The same thing would have happened if the AIDMK had been brought into the Tamil Nadu alliance. Today, in the INDI alliance, the main chunk, the battle is going to be between Congress party and DMK. And the DMK has been the beneficiary of this three-way split in votes. So I'd only like to say very frankly, in Kerala, look at Kerala. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, I've said from the beginning, has got a good chance of winning from the very beginning. Why? Because his argument was very clear. And Shashi Tharoor did a good job when he was a minister for the first 5 years. For the last 2 terms, 10 years, he did almost nothing. And he was just a member of parliament. So the implicit question Rajiv Chandrasekhar would have put to the mind of the voter in Trivandrum is, do you want a minister as your member of parliament, or do you just want a member of parliament who's an MP, and that too not from the ruling party? And the answer is obvious. It's much better to have a minister. It's much better to have an MP from the ruling party than to have an MP from the opposition. So that, I think, is one thing that is going to carry the BJP through, very likely in Trivandrum, possibly in 2 or 3 other seats as well in Kerala.
Okay, interesting. I'm also going to quickly get back on the telecast, Ravi Srivastava. And Ravi, how do you view the situation, particularly down south, in terms of the inroads that BJP seems to be making as per the exit poll predictions?
None of this is going to work out. This is all thinking. Their vote shares, if it's shown, the vote shares has not improved substantially to get the seats. They have made a presence felt by Mr. Narendra Modi's 4 or 5 road shows in everywhere. But South, whatever tally of last time they had some 30 seats or 32 seats, it is not going to catch even that. It will be lower than that. So this is going to happen. And as far as other states are concerned, at least down south, it will be again a washout. We know very well that what has happened in Karnataka, the kind of episode of that Prajwal Ravanna, the people were very, very upset with that, and it is not going to work in favor of NDA anyway. Maharashtra, they are going to lose big time. These are some states where big numbers will go off, and ultimately, whatever 290 or 295, there will be a very strong opposition, and a strong opposition is a must for the democracy. And they are going to get it, because the way Congress has worked, they are going to get India Alliance very firmly in the saddle this time.
Okay, all right. S.K. Datta, I also want to focus on West Bengal, and there has been the vote bank of Mamata Banerjee that has been shrinking over the last 5 years, particularly in 2019. If we see the results, Mamata Banerjee ended up winning 22 of the seats, and the first runner-up was the BJP. This time around, the table seemed to have turned. It is the Mamata Banerjee TMC government, the party that is winning 19 seats as per my poll survey, and 22 of those seats are being won by the BJP.
Well, Megha, I had earlier also said that the polls have been little pessimistic in terms of numbers when it comes to the Bharatiya Janata Party. And the pollsters have been pessimistic in relation to Bengal also, including your channel, with due respect. What I say and what I feel, and I have been to Bengal during the time of the election, I could see the pulse of the people. I could see the pulse of the people towards Lotus. I could see the pulse of the people towards Parivartan. And there are reasons behind it. Sandesh Khali is one important reason. The SSC scam is the other one. Together with that, the OBC Muslim reservation is the third one. And plethora of other things with it, you know, like Khela Hobe, Khela Hobe, Khela Hobe. People are tired of Khela Hobe. Didi had spoken about Ma Mati Manush. Mati is no longer there because the illegal immigrants, the Rohingyas and the illegal Muslims from Bangladesh, they are taking over the lands of the innocent citizens of Bengal, bona fide citizens of Bengal. Together with that, Ma is absolutely in Tilanjali after Sandesh Khali, and Manush are being, you know, they are being crushed like ants and like, termites by the goons of the Trinamool Congress. So I say in relation to Bengal, it is not 21 or 22 for the BJP. It's going to be much higher. If BJP does very badly, no less than 25.
Okay.
My figure is somewhere between 25 to 32. I also do give a handkerchief for the opposition. At least they have the right to cry and they have the right to sulk for another 2 days. So I'm not going to take that right from them. I will give them with a bundle of handkerchiefs on the 4th, and so that they can, cry over it and they can think about something not even in 2029,
Okay.
might be in 2035.
Okay, Sumit, a response from you with regards to West Bengal. How has the politics of West Bengal changed, especially in the last 10 years?
I think, Meghaji, there are two things which happened. Look, when Mamta Didi came to power, there was a promise that it will be a different governance, Trinamool Congress, grassroots level Congress. But eventually, the quantum of violence increased, nothing changed, again the same gundagirdi and everything kept on happening. Now, if you talk of this election, and Mamta Didi also did with Prashant Kishore, helped us to do that, Bengali, non-Bengali, because those kind of things, andar wala, bahar wala, Bihari, non-Bihari, these kind of things can hold for one election. But ultimately, people realize, what is this all business about? You can't say Bengali, non-Bengali. When Bengalis go and work everywhere in the India, then everywhere there will be discrimination. You don't have countries. We have one country. State is not a country. And Didi used to think that Bengal is a fiefdom. She can do whatever she wants to do here. And that arrogance brought her up. Now, if you look at this election, now here, Congress has an alliance with communists. They are squeezing Didi from one side. Now here, BJP time and again has been growing and growing and growing. Now, last time BJP got 18 seats. Minimum 7 seats increased this time. So it is 25. They can go to 30, 32. I agree with Dada on that. Now, again, think Sandesh Khali. You look at what the Sheikh Shah Jahan said. He said, I am from Bangladesh. My origin is from Bangladesh. I am a Muslim Don here. Mera koi kuch nahi bigad sakta. Nobody can come here. ED cannot come here. CBI cannot come, and I can wreak havoc here. And look at the quantum of weapons which were found in Sandesh Khali. What was he up to? He had plans to cut the chicken neck possibly. Was he going to start a war? What was he done? You blatantly do rape, extortion and target one particular community, Hindus. You hang the leaders of, you hang the Karyakartas of BJP from a tree. Last elections, there was one RSS Karyakarta. He had an 8-month-old wife. They killed the Karyakarta and the wife with the baby in the womb. When you this kind of atrocities, and you are all targeted to Hindus, and your final ticket was that's OBC certificate, which you had systematically twisted the system and given all to Muslims. When that was quashed by the court, then at that point of time, remember, Meghaji, there were 17 seats which were yet to go to the polling. Now this is a certificate which is lying with me, and it's a piece of paper. What I'm going to do with it? So that drifted a sizable amount of Muslim vote to the Congress and left, and
Okay.
BJP is catching on your heels. So that is why the combined double whammy, what Mamta Didi is facing, that is why we are saying it is 25 to 32. That is where the number is going to be. But with it, BJP BJP is the single largest party in West Bengal. Who would have ever thought that? And will this impact the assembly elections? Yes, definitely this is going to impact the assembly elections.
Yeah,
so
I was
after
going to come to
Kamnist,
that question.
Trinamool is gone. Now the time of BJP is there. You see, Congress is not a player there. Congress are a sidekick. You see how Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary ji was treated by Kharge ji. Bola ke party chhodni hai to chodo. Go and leave the party. And even this is how you treat the state leaders. And who is Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary? Is your leader of opposition? If that is how you treat a leader of opposition, forget the Karyakarta. Where will the poor Karyakarta go?
Yeah.
Because they just wanted DD to give a face and validate Rahul Gandhi as the Prime Minister candidate. And remember, yesterday Meghaji Kharge ji said, "Bhai, Pradhan Mantri ka candidate kaun hai India Alliance mein? Jiski zyada seat aayegi. Who anybody who gets the maximum seats. By logic, by mathematics, Congress will get the maximum seats. So by default, right before the Chunav natija are out, you impose Rahul Gandhi as a de facto Prime Minister candidate. That is what we have been saying. But if you have the courage, then project Rahul Gandhi and let him fight Modi ji and see what is his mental."
Yeah, interesting. Professor Nalapat, again, the same question. The narrative up until a few days ago for the entire period of the campaigning that India Alliance did was that they decided not to reveal the prime ministerial candidate, the prime ministerial face for India Alliance. And it's only been just a couple of days that the Congress leaders are coming out and saying that, of course, it is going to be the party with the maximum number of seats. And of course, they would like to see Rahul Gandhi as their leader, Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial face. So why this turnaround?
Megha, I think many of us, including on this channel, have made it very clear that the Rahul Gandhi is the prime ministerial face of the Congress party. And I think the voters also know that, very frankly. And you have news channels, for example, having Prime Minister Modi on one hand and Rahul Gandhi on the other, signifying the opposition. So I think it's very clear that the Congress party believed that it would do very well and that Rahul Gandhi would then take over. Mr. Kharge, today there's 295 seats. I would have taken it seriously if Rahul Gandhi had said that Congress is going to get 295 seats. When Mr. Kharge said it, I knew that it must be just based on some figure from thin air. Because it could not have been based on any hard data or any kind of evidence. Because if that were the case, if the Congress were that confident, it would not be Mr. Kharge who makes the announcement, it would be Rahul Gandhi. So that is the point. And the second point is this is an existential issue for the Gandhi family in particular. For the Sonia Gandhi branch of the Gandhi family, you have the Maneka Gandhi branch also, Sonia Gandhi branch. For a simple reason, if the Congress does very badly this time and gets even less seats than last time, I think it's going to seriously affect and impact the ability of that family to keep controlling the Congress party.
Okay.
Mr. Kharge has been brought in as the president, a wonderful man, a very good man, mainly because he is completely obedient to the family. And that is, and the family's entire cachet was, one day it can bring you the votes. Maybe once not, twice not, but 3 times you cannot bring the votes. Then where are you? So this is an existential battle for the Sonia Gandhi branch of the Nehru family.
Okay. Yes. Let me get Ravi Srivastava. I'll come to you, S.K. Datta, and I'll come to you, Sumit. So Ravi Srivastava, when you see such a turnaround, where you see a united alliance, a united front opposition as India Alliance, it comes together and is in all, concord that there is going to be one opposition, there is no need for a prime ministerial face, and just 2 days after the election has gotten over, phase 7 has been completed, and there you have the Congress leaders talking about Rahul Gandhi as their leader, Rahul Gandhi as the prime ministerial face. What does this really make you understand?
First, let me respond to a friend who is giving a lot of handkerchief with him. I think he will need it 2 days later and after the results come out, and what all he will have to clean with that. I think he should keep those handkerchiefs with him.
I will parcel it to you.
I think, please, I did not interrupt you.
I'll parcel it to you. I'll parcel it to you to a registered post.
Let's allow Ravi Srivastava to make his point.
About you.
Yes, please, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course you are talking about me. If you are talking about me, I'll respond to it. I will respond to it, and I'll respond to you to it very brutally.
Okay.
Who are you?
Okay.
Who are you? You are
Yes,
non-existential
let him
for
make
me.
his point. I'll come back to you. I'll give you a chance to respond.
You are non-existential for me. Who are you? You don't even exist.
I'll give
You
you
don't
a
even
chance.
exist.
I'll give you a chance
Don't
to.
make a
I'll give you a chance to
language over
counter
here.
him. Let
You
yes.
mind your language fast.
Ravi
mind your
Srivastava.
language.
Okay.
You
okay,
mind your
let's-
language
Let's
fast.
not try to.
Stupid
Let's
here.
not try to
Mind
make
your
it
language,
an
otherwise
unruly
I'll make you mind
conversation.
your language.
I would just like
Otherwise
to
I'll
request.
make you mind your language.
I request both of you gentlemen. Let
I
Ravi
know
make
you
his
with that.
point.
You remain-
Ravi, I'm giving you the opportunity.
here.
I'm giving you the opportunity and the platform to make
Yeah,
your point.
tell
I will
him-
ask
tell him to
SK Datta to respond to it once he's finished.
Tell him to keep quiet when I am talking.
I just said that,
Well,
sir.
I'm saying-
I just exactly said that. Now please go ahead and make your point.
40 years down the line, have you seen any prime minister from the Gandhi family in the government? No, never. You are unnecessarily, you are making an issue of it. Rahul Gandhi is a prime ministerial candidate, or Sonia Gandhi is a prime ministerial candidate. We don't want it. Who said it? Did anyone say it that they are going to become a prime minister? They want to produce a good, strong opposition in the country, which is a must in the democracy. Otherwise, there will be a dictator here who will keep on washing every institution, who will finish up the democracy, who will finish up the constitution, who will make the people to come and make the debate vote here.
I'm just going to say, sir, I'll have to interrupt you because Mallikarjun Kharge, after the meeting has gotten over, he's done a press conference, he's spoken to the people, he said that Rahul Gandhi is our choice to become the Prime Minister of the country.
Correct.
Now, if that isn't as straightforward as the India Alliance member who's come out and said that Rahul Gandhi, they are backing Rahul Gandhi to be the Prime Minister, then what else is?
No, that's his prerogative. He can say it. Everybody can say it. Did Rahul Gandhi said that I want to become a prime minister?
No.
You have to respond to that.
No, my only point is, sir, my only point is if the Congress projects Rahul Gandhi as Prime Minister, they want Rahul Gandhi to become the Prime Minister, and then if you have Mamata Banerjee who says, listen, I am the more credible one, I am the more apt person to be picked, and then there you have Arvind Kejriwal. Where is the unity in the India Alliance?
That's a hypothetical question. There will be 100 candidates for the
Yes,
prime
it's
minister.
hypothetical to the
Yeah,
point
it's
that we don't
hypothetical.
even know if India Alliance is going to win the election this time.
Exactly. That's why you are discussing it then.
I'm just
There will be
saying
100 prime
that
ministers.
up until the elections got over, before that, every single party member, every single alliance member, particularly the Congress, was adamant on the fact that they are not going to have a prime ministerial face.
Correct.
They said that they are all fighting in unison, that they are all
Absolutely
fighting
right.
against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and suddenly, as soon as phase 7 has gotten over, this comment has been made.
Bang on, Megha.
Yeah, comment is a prerogative of the member. He can say it. Everybody wants it.
Sure,
When
it is a
Nitish
prerogative,
Kumar-
but then
when Nitish Kum- when
don't
Nitish
turn
Kumar-
around and say that we
Nitish
are
Kumar
united,
was-
we are fine,
when
we don't
Nitish-
have a prime ministerial candidate, but there you have the election got over, and then you come up with a name
By
for
de
the prime
facto, Rahul
ministerial
Gandhi is the
candidate.
candidate. By
When
de
Nitish
facto,
Kumar was there, they were going to make him the prime minister.
Who?
When Nitish Kumar was there, what's the big deal in
Nitish
it?
Kumar
After
was not
Nitish-
even made the national convener of India
Sir,
Alliance.
Yeah, it was.
After Nitish Kumar, there should be a person.
They were projecting as a prime minister candidate as well. JDU
When
people in
did it
Bihar.
happen?
Okay.
They had put up the
Can I
they had
answer
put
that?
up the banners as
Can I
well.
say something, Megha?
Did you see that?
Because
Okay,
I need to answer.
Okay,
I need to answer.
SK Datta, you want to make a point here?
I need to answer to all those sugar-coated laddus which he has presented me. I know how to plaster the mouth of people who try to blabber unnecessarily.
You
That's one.
cannot.
That's
You
one. The
cannot.
second. Now you listen to
You
me.
are
Listen
just
to
a
me
buffoon.
now. Listen
You
to
are
me
a
now.
buffoon.
You are much more
You are
aged
only a
than me.
buffoon,
So
nothing else.
maintain that record
Better keep
decorum.
quiet.
Otherwise, I
You
will
have no
lose
decorum.
that
You are
respect
not
and I'll
civilized.
say
You
in
are-
things
you
which
are
you will not like
absolutely
it.
a
Do not
wild
increase
person.
your
Ravi
blood
Srivastava,
pressure.
Ravi Srivastava,
Do not
let's-
increase your blood
Ravi
pressure
Ravi
Srivastava,
unnecessarily.
Please
Keep
listen
it
to me.
stored till the
Please
fourth.
listen to me, Ravi Srivastava. Let SK
No,
Datta
Megha,
complete his point. Let
if
SK
he
Datta
talks-
complete his point. I
if he
gave you
talks
time
on
to
the
speak,
subject,
sir.
let him
I
talk
gave
on
you
the
I
subject.
gave you time to
If he
speak.
talks nonsense,
I
I
gave
not
you-
increase
I
your
gave
blood
you time to
pressure.
speak.
Preserve it till the fourth.
You
Yes,
don't
SK
bother
Datta,
about my
let's
blood
make a
pressure.
straightforward point instead of taunting others. Let's make a straightforward point. What is it that you want to say?
See, I was listening to Professor Nalapatji. He said that Khargeji is saying it, he takes it seriously. I would rather say, with due respect to you, Nalapatji, like Khargeji is saying it, I have taken it seriously in a half-hearted manner. That's the reason I said minus 190. Had it been Rahul Ji, then I would have taken that as a non-starter. Because we all know what is the image of Rahul Ji in social media as well as in media. Rahul Ji saying that is like a parrot blabbering, 120, 190, 200, 300, 390, you know. So I do not buy that at all. Coming over to the reality is very, very glaring. The reality is it's so poisonous for the India alliance that they cannot consume that reality. The problem with them is like from the day one, they did not have a common minimum program. They did not have a joint prime ministerial candidate. When I look into the India alliance, I'm reminded of the famous story of Raja Vikramaditya of Singhasan Battisi. Singhasan Battisi with Battis Putle in it. So it is actually a quarter prime minister every quarter. You know, it's a quarter prime minister every quarter. People of India will not buy that. They need an international mascot to be the prime minister of Bharat of 2047, and they see the image of the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji as that international mascot.
Sumit, yes, go ahead. You want to make a point?
I wanted to make a couple of points. You see, this all alliance, what was this done? Megha ji, you remember, from day one, I have been telling you this all alliance is made so that Modi ji does not cross 400 ka mark, NDA to stop below 400. That's their own objective. They are not here to win. They are not going to win. They will never win. Second point I have been telling you, Congress says or not says, in the last moment, they will come and say, this is my wild card. Rahul Gandhi, take it or leave it. Otherwise, fly kite. They came and exactly did that. Point number 3, Rahul Gandhi is a person who has been at least relaunched 36 times. 3 darjan. To Hindi mein bole. To 3 darjan baar relaunch ho chuke hai. Now, every time when there's an election, they need a fall guy. Unfortunately, Mr. Kharge is the fall guy who will take all the fall. Who is because of my reason, I have lost, I will resign. You know, every time it happens, though Rahul Gandhi has the world record or the Guinness record of losing maximum elections, but he never takes the fall. Is somebody like Mr. Kharge who will take the fall. And let me remind you, ma'am, Rahul Gandhi made a statement. हम 300 सीटें ले रहे हैं. This is quote unquote Rahul Gandhi. What happened to that statement? Kharge ji ने तो फिर भी 5 कम बोली. And Rahul Gandhi also made a statement. I am giving in writing Prime Minister Modi is not becoming the Prime Minister. What happened to that statement? And what happened to that 300 wala number? And what does Rahul Gandhi mean if he doesn't have prime ministerial ambitions? I am going to come and give 1 lakh rupees to women. And if you media, Godi media oppose me, मैं double कर दूंगा उसको. टका टक टका टक टका टक. If he is not a prime ministerial candidate, if he is not a finance minister, if he is not a deputy prime minister, how he has the authority, how he can give that bayan on the behalf of the India Alliance? If he is nobody, like you asked Mr. Puri a question, he told you, Megha ji, I am a karyakarta, you ask prime minister, I am not, this is not my prerogative, I am going to answer. Does anybody from the BJP give such statements? No, because that is what not the mandate is. How is Rahul Gandhi going to say we will revoke 370, we will get PFI back, we'll start talks with the Pakistan, we will have trade with the Pakistan, and we're going to give every woman 1 lakh. And even he said the people who are on the social media, I'm going to give them 1 lakh. Now, and if the Godi media opposes, I will double it. So if he is nobody, if he is not a prime minister in making, if he is not a candidate, if he is a nobody from nowhere, then how does he make such statements?
Okay.
How does he counter Modi? Who gave him the right to counter Modi ji?
Okay.
Under what stature?
Okay, all right. I also reflect this. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also tweeted, he's spoken about how he says that he says with confidence that people of India have voted in record numbers to re-elect the NDA government. They have seen the party's track record and the manner in which the party's work has brought about a qualitative change in the lives of the poor, the marginalized and the downtrodden. And he's also, in his second tweet, spoken about the India Alliance, which he calls opportunistic, which has failed to strike a chord with the voters. He's called the India Alliance casteist, communal and corrupt. And he's spoken that the India Alliance aimed to protect a handful of dynasties, failed to present a futuristic vision for the nation. So, Professor Nalapat, obviously the elections have gotten over. The numbers trickled in as to the voter turnout at around 6 p.m. Now the exit poll results are out, and it has the Prime Minister has taken an opportunity after all the numbers have been rolled out on television screens to then speak about how he feels, he assumes, he thinks that the people's mandate is with the BJP.
Well, Megha, we have been discussing on this channel several times about how the country is being transformed, has been transformed over 10 years, and why 5 more years is absolutely essential to ensure that that transformation is irreversible. We have discussed that so many times. We have also discussed how Prime Minister Modi has become a global figure and how he has transformed the image of India globally. We have discussed all these things. Now, from the point of view of the Prime Minister, I think, he has reacted in this fashion. And the point is that there was an organized effort basically to reduce the election to one of different castes, different communities, different regions. Whereas as far as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, he tried to concentrate on a single vision of a Vikasit Bharat, of a superpower, of a country that is going to become from the 5th largest economy to the 4th, to the 3rd, to the finally 2nd and the 1st. So that was the difference between the two. There's a huge difference between the two. So if one came to power, it will be the polar opposite of the other. And I think, frankly, judging by the exit poll results, the voter has chosen a reliable pair of hands. A pair of hands that has been seen to be reliable over 10 years. Because don't forget, Megha, these people are not new to power. They have been in power several times in the past. And their record is there for everybody to see. They have not suddenly come into the political fray without any experience of power. They have all been in power. They have all got a track record of being in power. And when you compare that record to that of Prime Minister Modi's track record, well then, voters then decide which is the better track record.
Okay. All right. Coming back to you, Sumit, there's also, a lot of speculation and a worry and concern amongst people, certain individuals that, when a party gets absolute majorities, perhaps not so good for the country when we talk about having checks and balances in place. It's always good to have a strong opposition that is going to ensure the democracy in the country prevails.
I think, Megha ji, you're right. It is very important to have a strong opposition, but all the same time, we also need a responsible opposition. We cannot have an opposition getting together like a house of cards just to oppose Modi. Where is a bigger, better agenda than Modi ji? Where is a bigger, better agenda of development? Look, we have a lot of geopolitical challenges. We have a lot of internal challenges now. The country needs a very decisive mandate when it comes to building LCH, LCAs, when it aircraft carriers, when it comes to checking and balancing Pakistan, when it comes to checking and balancing China, when it comes to doing a G20, a minerals alliance, a IMAC corridor, a INSST, and increasing the trade to $770 billion, you need very decisive leadership. But unfortunately, what is the agenda of the opposition? Look at Mr. Kejriwal, look at Farooq Abdullah, look at anybody. Now, what is the agenda? What do they bring to the table? Except one thing, you have to stop Modi. Why do you have to stop Modi? The person who has not taken a leave for last 22 years, the person who doesn't have a 1 crore or 50 lakhs in his bank account, the person who has not done any favor to his brothers, the person who is exactly what he is, the person whom even CIA admits in its archives is not corruptible, the person who is an Adhyatmic yogi, who is a Sanatani, who wears his religion on his sleeve and proudly so, and yet he has devoted all his life to the national good and the development of the country. And he works 24/7 and makes sure that all his ministers and all his karyakartas work. What is wrong in the Prime Minister Modi is doing? If you are a constructive opposition, have a bigger, better development agenda, have a bigger, better Hindutva agenda, have a bigger, better vision for Prime Minister Modi, and have a bigger, better track record.
Okay.
And let's not forget, one point, Megha ji. You see, 20 years as a Karyakarta, Prant Pracharak, Kshetra Pracharak, then Mahamantri. Then 15 years as a CM. Then 15 years going to be the PM, possibly. Now, if you add everything together, it is 45 to 50 years of political experience in 3 dimensions of politics. Show me one other leader who has this experience at this level, I will bow my hat to him. There's nobody else. Okay. Show me one mother. There's nobody.
S.K. Datta, another point. Coming to the brass tacks, what exactly has worked for the BJP? Is it the Ram Mandir? or we talk about the force with which the Prime Minister has come attacking the Congress, talking about its alleged Muslim appeasement and fake secularism, or we talk about the number of schemes that have been launched. What exactly has ticked for the BJP, assuming it wins the election with an absolute majority as the numbers speak today?
Plethora of issues, Megha. First and foremost, of course, Ram Mandir is there, Article 370 is there, triple talaq is there. Then the religious appeasement politics of the opposition is there. The religious reservation of the opposition parties, that is also there. Together with that, the quantum leap of India in terms of its image across the world. When it comes to diplomacy, when it comes to economy, we have seen a sea change in the stature of India. When Vajpayee ji had abdicated power in 2004, the position of India in the global parameters was India was the 6th largest economy of the whole world. And this is the World Bank statistics which I am saying. When Dr. Manmohan Singh came to power, he took over the power with India being the 6th largest economy of the whole world. When he abdicated power, India came down to be the 11th largest economy of the whole world, which means there was a deterioration of at least around 6 points. So from 11th largest economy of the whole world, when Modi ji came to power in 2014, by 2024, if India is the 4th largest economy of the whole world, and next year, as per the World Bank and the IMF prediction, if India would be the 3rd largest economy of the whole world, that itself is a historic transformation.
Okay.
Just 5 seconds more, Megha.
And I have
in
very
relation,
little time.
just 5 seconds. In relation to the comparison of the leadership of both the parties, Rahul ji on one side and Modi ji on the other side, last 10 years, Narendra Modi ji hasn't taken a single leave.
Yeah, which was also being said by Sumit Israel, and that all brings to the kind of consensus as per our exit poll and the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's reassurance and assertment that it is going to win the election. I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast and thank my viewers for watching us on NewsX.